Because
Hello, own galaxy. This is the Galaxia Ball Moments of the Decade as we await the end of the 1960s and say hello to the new decade. It's time to salute the giant man eating squid that hosts the event.
Amen, Derek. Amen.
My name is Derek Nell. I'm the 1942 World Cup Galaxia Ball champion. And I'm here today with the legendary 1956 champion, Rhonda Lennox.
It's so nice to be here, Derek.
We shall take some time for a moment of mockery for Dylan Slynn, one of our best players who got eaten by the Delancor that started the match this year. He
He
died!
died. Uh, we even have his bones on display. Such a weak, gullible man.
Yes, Rhonda, talented but weak. Now we are going to discuss the 1969 New Year's game.
It was a memorable. It was a memorable moment when the Delancor showed up. It didn't eat anyone in the New Year's match, but let's count down the top 5 Delancor moments. Number 1 is when the Delancor yanked off the head of Suzanne Smidley of the Driscolia
Dino.
Dynarch.
Dynarchs.
Dynarchs. The look on her face when her head was ripped off was priceless.
Oh, I really liked it when the Delancor nearly ate the whole team. Another great moment with the Delancor was one that I never expected to happen. In 1967, during the that famous match between the my team, Chikai Clanthos. They were going up against the Andronion Andalars. That epic match concluded with the team captain of the Andalars nearly getting completely eaten and then defecated out by the Delancor.
That
Which,
truly was a memorable moment. I personally was very fond of that match.
yes, I see we share something in common,
Of course,
Rhonda.
of course.
We're here at the New Year's party. Every season ends up with a New Year's party. For those who are unaware, we're just enjoying our quiet time here in at the party, enjoying the food and chatting with you, the viewers on Radio Milky Way, the galaxy's #1 radio source.
It's always an honor to be on the number 1 radio station of the galaxy. Personally, I think this is my best moment yet in my entire career. Even after all the matches I've won, this is my best moment.
So tell me about your career.
Well, I was one of the few members of my team not to get totally eaten by the man-eating squid and several of the other dangers that come with Galaxia Ball.
Like the Delancor.
Like the Delancor, yes. Honestly, when I was the last survivor, everyone was quite shocked. They all expected me to be eaten about 5 years prior to my entire team getting destroyed. But I survived, and I was very proud. Made history. I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, unlike me. I was removed. I was never inducted into the Hall of Fame because of countless behind-the-scenes incidents. Did you expect the Dynarchs to come on on top in the New Year's game?
Personally, it came as quite of a shock to me that the Dynarchs ended up on top. I was really expecting them to not have a great season this year, but so far they've been absolutely killing this season of Galaxia Ball, and it was a shock, but a very good one for the Dynarchs to come out on top.
I'd like to make a very notable announcement to Mr. Andrew Smith. He is the one human who really cares passionately about the sport. because most of Earth is completely unaware of it. Because we keep trying to get the governments to give them a team to give them teams, which they completely deny. Um, what do you think about the future? Do you think Earth will ever get its chance to have a team to participate in the Great Game?
As much as I would love for Earth to have a team to participate in Galaxia Ball, I don't believe that the government is a big fan of our sport. I don't know what puts them off, if it's the man eating squid,
That hosts the game.
that host. He's just the host. He's only eaten a couple people this season. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, he's not that bad of a guy.
No, he's a great guy. As someone who's had many conversations with him, he is a really nice guy. I'm a big fan of the man eating squid.
I invited my family over to say hi to the man eating squid. I invited my wife and my two kids. I had a chat with him. He ate the wife. He ate the two kids. And now I'm single and I have no family that much.
Well, but that's just a minor side effect of being best friends with the man-eating squid.
Yes, that is just a minor side effect.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to tell them.
Exactly. See, personally, I brought many of my partners that I have dated to meet the man-eating squid. Almost all of them have gotten eaten, but that's not that big of a deal because at least I can still date more people.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You've got me. Anyway, what would you consider a great moment of the decade?
A great moment of the decade. I have to say, one of my favorite moments of this decade was my 1956 championship when I won, even after all my team died.
That was last decade.
Oh, wait, you're right. It was last decade. Oh, no. I'm missing the decades.
It's
maybe it's the passage of time because I forgot what decade we're in. It's the 1960s. My bad. Please ignore that. Best moment of the decade. I don't know. Not much has happened for me this decade, honestly. After my whole team got eaten last decade, it all fell apart. I don't have a career anymore.
So your team, the Dynarchs.
Yes.
They came on top, but despite it, but it was mostly just replacements because half of the 1960 65 Dinox were all eaten by the Delancor, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I will say after the 1950s team was eaten, we have not had the best seasons after that. Our replacements aren't very good.
So we have a question from a loyal fan.
Ooh.
He's also a human. He's good friends with Mr. Smith.
Oh.
This is Mr. Robert Hanover. He says, "You're never going to let me in this darn game. It's too dangerous for my liking. Ah."
Well, personally, we believe anyone can play Galaxia Ball. Despite the 99% chance of death, we think that anyone could be a great part of a Galaxia Ball team. And we hope that all you humans on Earth one day choose to have your own team.
Speaking of more mail from dedicated fans, I have one more message from a fan that says, "What do you think will happen to Galaxia Ball in the next century?"
I still don't imagine that Earth will be able to participate, but I hope they will. I think it would be really great for the sport of Galaxia Ball if Earth had a team.
Okay, Mr. Smith, as we mentioned before, our close personal friend, Mr. Smith, he tried to get the residents of his country, the United States of America, to join Galaxia Ball by convincing the president of his country, Lyndon B. Johnson, to give America Galaxia Ball rights. And he said, "I do not care about your stupid alien game."
Well, I, for one, Mr. President, care a lot about my stupid alien game. All right, so I think you should just quiet down, will you? Thank you.
Um, I think that also on the topic of Galaxia Ball in on Earth, I think that Mr. Smith's efforts will eventually come into fruition in like the next 5 centuries.
Yeah, I'd say give it a good 5 or 6 centuries around there. And I think maybe Earth will finally get their Galaxia Ball team. It would be a
Yes.
dream come true for me.
Yeah. I've been I've been thinking that maybe Mr. Smith could invite me into one of his parties. He told me that human parties are one of the best.
All I think about is the food.
Well, you do have 5 stomachs.
Minor detail.
Well, that was it for today's recording on Radio Milky Way, the Galaxia Ball Moments of the Decade. But now, a moment from our sponsors. Looking to get away? Please book Zorbian Space Lines, your gateway to the entire Milky Way. Thank you for tuning in. I am Derek Nell here with Rhonda Linux
That's me.
to give you the moments of the decade. See you next decade.
Farewell.